Hi everyone, it's Gina. Welcome to my channel. Many of you may already know what this is, but for those of you who don't, this is called a masterboard. And there are a variety of different types of masterboards that you can make. You can make one that has all clusters. You can make one that is collage, kind of like this one. You can paint. You can do one with just drawings. You can do one that has a little bit of everything. This is the first one I've done. I just did collage. I used scraps that were in my little scrap bucket, and there we go. I did go over this with some gesso. That's what some of the white spaces are. So that's what I've done here. I haven't decided if I want tags or if I maybe want to make it a little wider to make it a pocket. I don't know yet. So I'm going to hold on to it till I'm ready to use it. But I wanted to make another one, and I thought we could do that together. So I hope you'll stay tuned. I have got tons of these branding strips. And these are the little pieces that are on the edge of our paper that has the branding information. It tells you what company made it, what's the name of the collection, what that particular page is called, and a lot of times these are very decorative. They'll have sentiments and all kinds of cool things that can be used in your project. So I keep them, and I've just got lots and lots. So I thought this would be a great thing to use. Also, this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. It was a great size I could use, and then I could cut it up and make just a variety of different things. So I wanted to use that size again. So I have another piece. Now this branding strip is teeny tiny. I don't know if you can see it. It is called French Vanilla, but it's 12 by 12. My branding strips came from 12 by 12 paper, so I thought this would be a great thing to use. And I could just layer them. It's easy, it's straightforward, but it's still creative and fun. So I'm going to get my branding strips out and take a look at them, and we'll get started. I did want to point this out. Different companies do them in different ways. Actually, most of them have their branding information on one side, and then the back side is completely an image. So this one is from Prima Marketing, and that's what they do. This one's from Blue Fern, and they do the same thing. There's all one image on the back. This one is 49 and Market, and they do the same thing. However, Simple Stories is a little bit different. They'll have a small section that has their branding information, and then the rest of it will be an image, but it's the same thing on the back. They'll have a small section with their branding information, and then the rest of it is image. If I use any of the ones from Simple Stories, I will need to cut them and piece them together, but the rest of them I can use the full strip. Now what I think I'm going to do is, instead of just grabbing one and gluing down, instead I'm probably going to try to lay them out first to get it in a configuration that I like, and then I'll glue it down. Or at least that's how I'm going to start. If I get too bogged down with making decisions, I may switch up, because I could definitely see me going there. The decision making part could take a little while, so I'll probably speed that up a little bit. And I'm wondering, when we do a time lapse, do you like to have music in the background, or do you just like hearing the sounds of the person, whatever they're doing? Or do you not like time lapse at all in videos? Now's your chance to chime in. Leave a message below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and that will help guide me as far as how I make my videos in the future. Okay, let's see. saw me kind of pull some away, substitute, move things around. And I like it. I kind of kept with a color theme, peaches and pinks. I'm a little iffy on this one, to be honest. Although I absolutely adore it, I'm not sure if I like it with the rest because I didn't keep up those bold colors. Well, I guess I kind of added some bold in here and there. Maybe I can keep it. So now I'm gonna glue them down. I think I'll bring out my Barely Art craft glue. I'll go ahead and use this and see how that goes. Now you can ink them all individually. I'm not going to do that, but that would really give an awesome look as well. What I'll do is I just butt it right up to the one before it. So if you can lay your first one down straight, you'll be good after that. All right, the rest is starting to get kind of jumbled, so I'm going to stop for a second with my gluing and kind of reposition them, and then I'll continue. Okay, they are all glued on. This is not how I had it to begin with. I changed things around, and even down to the very last one, I was still trying to make sure that I had the layout that I wanted. And you know how it is, any of them would have been fine, but you have to go with what feels right to you. Even though you lay the first one down right, if they aren't cut straight, you still may end up not exactly being straight. I have a little bit down here. So all I can do is just go to my paper cutter and slice it off to where it looks level. And I can come back, I can trim off the little extras as well. Maybe I'll actually do that now. So there we go. I really like it. Can you see that just being a tag or being a pocket? I think that looks great. And what a great way to use up these branding strips. I've been saving them for years. Now the hard part is to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to make some tags, some pockets? I can make some bookmarks. I think I do want to edge around it just to see what it'll look like. All right, that looks great. So I have another idea for a master board. And I hope this turns out, because in my head it looks awesome. I have one last piece of this French vanilla, which I have trimmed off the edge. Now, I'm going to need something to cover my desk. I have this Distress Ink Rustic Wilderness, and I thought I would use it just a little bit. Now, I wanted to get most of it off. Let's start with a small one. I just want to add the idea of some green, but I don't want it too green. I'm going to do these pages and get back to you. Okay, I am all inked up. As you can see, some parts are darker than others. That's fine. I don't think it's going to matter with what I have planned. Now, the next phase is to rip the paper into pieces, I guess roughly about this size. Doesn't matter what shape they are, but I just want it all ripped up. All right, all my pages are torn. Now, you guessed it, I inked the edges. I won't make you watch because this is going to take a while, so I'll be back. It only really took me about 15 minutes to do all of these, which really isn't bad. The next step in my idea is to now glue them on. And this is something else that could take a little while. So I'll go ahead and do some, and then I'll either speed up the film or I will just cut to the end once I have completed it. So I wanted to start with the corners. I just thought that would be the easiest. There's lots of them with straight lines, so I'll go around the edges first, kind of like you would work a puzzle, and then I'll work my way toward the center. I am overlapping, so hopefully I have enough, but if not, I'll make some more as needed. Okay, I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I've got all my pieces glued on, and look, I had plenty left over. The last part I want to do is I want to stamp over it, and I'm really excited to use this stamp. I just got this as part of the January limited edition kit from my Creative Scrapbook. I do an unboxing of that kit each month, so if you're interested in seeing what all came in that kit, I'll try to remember to add it at the end of this video. So I thought this would be a great project to use it on. Ooh, okay, there we go. Oh, it just fit. I want to use black, at least to start out with. It is a brand new stamp, so what I'll probably do is stamp it on something else a couple of times just to get it all inked up. It looks like it's still just slightly a little splotchy, but honestly for this, I don't mind. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think I've conditioned it enough, so I'm going to go ahead and ink it up and apply it to my project. Okay, I've got ink all over me. I'm going to start in the very center and work my way out. Now I am stamping on an uneven surface, so it definitely won't be surprising if part of the image isn't as dark as the rest. It's a little broken, but that's really okay, and it didn't come out quite as dark as I thought it would, but that's what I want, so I'm actually pretty happy. I'm going to keep going. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take this stamp right here just to fill in a couple of areas that were tough to get to with the big stamp. I've got a couple of areas like right here and right here, maybe a few more where I can't make it make sense to use this one. I can get one more right here. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll switch to just some of the flowers. I changed my mind and I grabbed this little cluster of leaves. I'm going to switch inks as well, and I've got the archival ink in watering can just to kind of have some images that are in the background. So you can see I'm doing second generation stamping. I'm getting my ink all over my stamp, and I'm stamping it first on something else, and then I'm using the second generation stamp on my project. And that's giving me even a more faded look so that it just kind of blends into the background. I really like how that looks. Wow, look at how different these masterboards are, but both of them are just gorgeous. I really love how this turned out. It looks pretty much like it looked in my imagination, which is always a wonderful surprise because we all know that that is usually not the case. But this one did, and I absolutely love it. I love this one as well. I love the colors. I think it's going to make beautiful tags and pockets. This one, I want to make tags out of it. So I am going to go ahead and cut this one up so you can see how it looks as a tag. I just realized I wasn't rolling, so let me catch you up. I just cut my masterboard into 6 inches by 3 inch tags. Now to give it that actual tag look, I cut a corner off and then I flipped it over. I took the piece I had just cut, I flipped it over on this side, and I used a little bit of glue stick just to glue it down, and then I turned it around to where I could get to it really well, and I cut it. So now I have my tag shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a template. I'll take my pencil, I'll draw a little line like this, and then I can cut it off. And that way they'll all match. I'm going to go through and mark all these and cut them down, and I'll be right back. I've cut them and I'm going through and inking them. And I thought I would stop real quick and just show you the difference. This is what it looks like just being cut. It's gorgeous and I love it. But this is what it looks like when the edges are inked. To me, it just gives it that finished look. And here they are side by side, and I'll bring you in a little closer so you can really see them. So there you go. That's the difference between inked and not inked. So you can decide for yourself. So here are the backs. And during the process of stamping, some of them got a little bit inky. You can leave it as it is and just kind of go with it. Or you can always glue on a piece of notebook paper or coffee stain paper so you can add some journaling space. Or if you're going to glue them straight onto something, then you don't have to worry about it. There you go. One 12 by 12 masterboard will give you 8 3-inch by 6-inch tags. I think they are awesome. I am so excited. I hope you guys like this too. I had the idea and I went for it, and I absolutely love the results. So here is the one I did on my own. That's more of a collage with the scraps that I had in my scrap bucket. That was my first try. And here's the masterboard we did together using the branding strips. It's way more organized and I think it looks awesome. And then here is the masterboard that I created just using paper and stamps and ink. To be honest, they are probably my favorite. I hope you enjoyed this video and found inspiration, and I hope it made you want to go make a masterboard. Try something new. If you have an idea, go for it. Give it a try. See how it turns out. If you like this video, I would love it if you give me the thumbs up, and I would really love to hear from you. Leaving comments really helps my channel so much. It's something quick and simple you can do, and for those of you who are still with me all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Well, that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!